Welcome back for another Speckic adventure. This is the Japan 2024 series, and on the list of places we'll be exploring are Kanazawa, Fukui, Takayama, Hidefurukawa, Kawagoe, Gunma, Hakone, Yokohama, and Tokyo. We're halfway through the trip already, and the next stop is Hakone. We picked up another rental car, this time a Corolla. We were on a pretty tight schedule, so we didn't have time to stop. But if you guys are on a more relaxed itinerary, please stop by Hakone Yumoto. It looks like the cutest little town, and the drive into it seems like a hidden little village. I will say there were a shit ton of people and cars when we drove by, so it must be a pretty popular tourist spot. I have to preface and say that I'm not exactly the type of person that's super cultured, artsy, you know the type. I don't know my art and don't have any interest in knowing anything more about art. So Tiffany, why are you at the art museum then? Bruh, I literally found this place on Google and saw a huge ass Picasso sign and thought it looked kind of cool. So I just came to look at it. So here it is. I was surprised how many foreigners were actually here. A lot of them were French. It kind of made sense because, like lots of Picasso's ceramic pieces were housed at this museum. So I guess the French people wanted to see his whole collection, and they had to come all the way to Japan just to see it. I also got to learn a little bit more about Picasso as a person. I didn't really actually know anything about him before that. And I found that part to actually be more interesting than the art itself. I'm not trying to catch a lawsuit slandering anyone, so I'll just say he had a very colorful love life. The stained glass structure was also kind of cool. Go check that out if you're here. This is grated yam, and then you're supposed to mix it with the rice that's in here, in this bowl.
Okay.
So they have like a menu that says like kind of telling you. You try a little bit first. See what it tastes like.
Just go like this, see what it tastes like.
It has like this like slimy texture to it, so I can see why like for some people it might be like not their taste, but it tastes really good. Kind of a little bit like salty, cold, slimy texture. Nothing weird about it. The next morning, we headed to the Hakone checkpoint. Here you can see how people come in and out of Hakone back in the day. Kind of like border control between San Diego and Tijuana. They used to have a wall that scaled the entirety of the area. Kind of like the wall that Trump built to keep people from escaping or sneaking in. And apparently it actually did a pretty good job. Something like only 5 people bypassed the checkpoint illegally when it was in operation. Right by the pirate ship dock, yes, you heard me right, pirate ship, is supposed to be a great spot for taking pictures of the Torii Shrine and Mt.Fuji. I came on a shit day, apparently, and this must have been an omen because all I see are clouds, and so I was mad disappointed.
Yeah, so this is the picture, right?
Okay, I followed this guide. This is what we're supposed to see.
Okay, this is the reality. Zoom in. And see cloud.
Where is it?
I'm a grill like a macro grill.
Yeah.
In the area is the old Tokaido Road. This is the road that before car paths and sidewalks were built, the Tokaido was how people traveled to and from the Hakone checkpoint. It would lead you all the way to Edo, which was the old Tokyo.
History. Hakone Old Road.
Out of breath already.
The idea was to walk the old Tokaido to the Amazake tea house, which was about 1.5 to 2 miles from the entrance, and rest there, having some tea and sweets, just like how the people did it back in the day. Sounds cool, yeah? I mean, it still does, and I would totally do it again, except I was not expecting it to rain, which it did. It made the dirt turn into mud and the boulder path super slippery. I was expecting a chill walk, nothing too strenuous, so I was literally in my Air Forces and took my 70-year-old mom with me. Holy shit, I don't think you guys can see the incline. It's very steep. And it's wet because it's raining. But we made it. We got there to Amazake Tea House eventually, and it was so rewarding. But you know what? Turns out you can literally fucking drive there, and there's a whole ass parking lot there, and there were hella people hopping out of their cars. But we're not like them, you know? You gotta work for this shit. These losers drove here to a tea house whose whole purpose is to serve as a rest stop for people walking the Tokaido. If my mom, who's 70, and the Oji-sans in hiking gear, who's probably like 80 plus, can do it, you guys who are gonna come here have no excuse. This is konjac, and then I don't know what these are. It's like mochi. This one's sesame, and then I think that's soybean. This is Amazake, so that's basically what their shop name is named after. I have no idea what's inside. And then you have this like kind of like, I think it's a plum juice.
Very refreshing.
It's like, yeah, very refreshing, sweet, sour.
Dang. It's one of the pretty famous turns. So yeah, in the battle, and the final battle between like Ryusuke and this other guy in the R32, it was actually on this route.
I mean, you can't really.
Yeah, but it's like the town.
You can't really see. It's really dark.
This bridge, I think the R32 kind of dabbed Ryusuke. Ryusuke like kind of lost control and dabbed this wall on the left. It was the last scene where like the guy ran on bricks, and then it was this hill coming down, and he couldn't stop. And Ryusuke,
Right here?
It was this hill coming down, and then they were able to stop him, like use their car as like a shield and slow him down enough and stop right in front of the toll plaza.
And that's it. That's Hakone. The highlight was definitely the checkpoint for me. And for Tommy, I'm sure he would tell you, was the driving route. Our next and final stop is Tokyo. Follow along to see the finale of our 2024 Japan trip. Stay tuned for more Specking Adventure. Bye!